So Brandt gets it back and scored.
Well, guess who got another block, though? Paul Dobar has played that time by Florida State. They were overplaying the passing lanes really well.
He scored 20 points now in 5 games. And it's Brandt, the left-hander, to connect again. He has a soft touch.
Doesn't have the sides to rebound.
The Knowles by 6. Kaler, good feed, Brandt.
Chris Brandt.
Brandt, who had 8 in the first half, David, with it. Brandt with the follow. Nobody blocked out. Auburn leads, rallying from a 6-point deficit. Well, has it taken away. Brandt drives, pulls up from 5 and connects.
That was a big transition. You notice how the defensive intensity, Paul, has slopped off a little bit. They're not overplaying. They're not fouling up the passing lanes, and Auburn's being able to move the ball fairly well.
Look at Brandt. Lost the ball for him.
They snuck Brandt deep, and all of a sudden Lockhart turns around and says, oh.
Tennyson in a hurry. Inside Brandt laid it in.
Makes the defense commit, and there's Brandt all alone. Groves commits, and he's up possible 3.
4 straight postseason tournaments.
Going right at him again.
Brandt, that's not an instant replay, but that's what happened the entire first. Here's a 3-on-2 Auburn break. Brandt lays it in.
Timeout. They need a timeout. They got to talk this one over. They can't continue to press like this.
Suddenly Auburn has found the key to beating the Tennessee press. It's a steal by Battle. Gives it up to Brandt. Good, and a foul.
Oh, I'm telling you. Brandt is just absolutely wild today. Oh, they're having fun now. They're just not handling the ball well. Here comes Battle, and what he does well here is he makes Bell commit. He makes Bell make a decision, and when Bell commits to guarding, it's too late to recover to Brandt without the foul. Gallen can shoot the ball over and take the ball to the basket.
There's Gallen again, the little guy. Can't score, but Brandt follows.
Tell you what, he's careering on him. Brandt is careering on him. They've got to get somebody to take care of him.
Chris Brandt having a big game.
Going to try and play with Dale Brown's club. There's Chris Brandt in traffic and a good turnaround.
Hey, that's your buddy, Marty. That's a nice turnaround by Chris Brandt, taking advantage of the contact, but Gerd Hammock did not.
Baseline, Hansen out of bounds. Rejected by Chris Brandt, who climbs a ladder and slaps it over the end line.
Tell you what, look at Chris Brandt. He does get aggressive. That was a nice block to keep the ball out of the...
That's what you call running the floor.
And finishing it off.
Yes, sir.
You got to have finishers.
Auburn ball as we get the second half underway. John Kaler, Reggie Gallen, Wesley Person, Chris Brandt. That's Brandt with the ball. He had Person open momentarily underneath, but opted not to give him the ball. Ronnie Battle rounds out the Auburn lineup. Here's Brandt, put it up, around and in, and a foul.
Chris Brandt using his left hand, going in with his right shoulder and knocking it down home.
SU, Mike Hansen will come back in a moment. Here's Battle, the look away to Brandt.
Dale Brown's going to need a timeout to try to slow this pace down.
Body. And his quickness.
There's plenty of it.
Yeah, you bet there is.
Nice fake by Brandt.
He has improved in every area of his game, Larry, and it's a 4-2 Tiger cushion. First deuce of the game, Kentucky up 10.
And Kentucky with that full court pressure immediately. Mashburn's not getting to Brandt. He didn't get back quick enough. Brandt just took it all the way. Looking down the bench right there, Kentucky used 10 players today. Auburn did the same.
At a particular time to cut it to 7. Here Chris made a steal and pushed it up on our break. We were trying to run if we had it, Phil, and if we didn't have it, then we wanted to get back in our offense and make something good happen.
That's against a 6'7" player right there. I mean, a 7-foot player, a 6'6" guy against a 7-foot.
You know, there's no telling what happens there. Here again, big rebound by Chris Brandt. Our basketball team is making a run at LSU right now. I think we go from being 3 down to literally tying the basketball game. And
Chris makes 2 here to cut it to 1, the lead to 1. He makes both free throws, and it's now a 1-point game.
Last night's effort wasn't quite up to snuff as far as Chris played for us this year, but he was always there. You know, I think he was 7 of 10 from the field, Phil, and, you know, we'd take somebody shooting 70% every night out.
It's really physical players who just grind you down as the game goes on, and you don't have that much depth.
No, and their depth inside really bothers. 14.
Check in the game with Matthew.
Chris Brandt does a great job taking the ball to the hole off the top of the key. Phil, that's what he has to do when the defense drops away from him. Shoot it and go get it and shoot it again, Phil, and this really hurt us. Here, John's able to get the rebound, and we're able to convert on the other end.
I don't know how many baskets you along here almost every time down the court.
This is so. As a matter of fact, I don't know if we've got footage of it or not, but
here's the tie and the opportunity to go ahead, but Chris does not
play right here, and I thought our defensive ability saved the basket, and then Ronnie Battle up the floor, and a great pass by Chris Brandt. Here again, we're in transition against Tennessee. Great pass to Chris Brandt. We get the basket, we get the foul, we'll go to the line to shoot the free throw and get the three-point basket.
And this place is rocking.
This week's Anders Player of the Week is Auburn native Chris Brandt, who had a productive week. Brandt contributed 16 points and 16 rebounds in the Tigers' impressive performance against LSU on Saturday. And in Auburn's victory over Mississippi State on Wednesday, the 6'6" sophomore forward scored 15 points and pulled down 8 rebounds. Chris Brandt, this week's Anders Player of the Week.
I still have images of him taking it to the hole against Shaquille O'Neal and those big guys. It's amazing.
You know, the beautiful thing about it, Phil, is probably in reality. There's pound for pound not a better player right now in the league. You know, Chris is just doing things that is surprising so many people. I think the guy that's least surprised by it is Chris. He really relishes his role on our basketball team. You know, and he's not taking a back seat to anybody.
You're right. Now let's meet Chris Brandt. Auburn is rebuilding its basketball program, and fifth-year senior Chris Brandt has played a key role. In many ways, he personifies Auburn's struggle. He's been asked to play out of position. Every time out, he goes against a bigger, stronger, and taller man. He is usually asked to defend the opponent's top big man. A good case in point is remarkable play against Robert Horry in the big win over Alabama.
Well, when I first came to Auburn, I was expected to play outside, try to shoot some threes, but my roles changed over the years. We've had a lack of height and had to play inside, and